What's going on, everyone? It is Paul, the 920 Trader with 920 Trading and Trading Decoded, coming to you live from Tornado Alley on this Monday, May 6, 2024. And this is how we traded SPY relative to the 920 today. But before we go there, folks, if you like our videos, please go ahead and give us a like and a subscribe. Don't forget to turn on your notifications. That way you can be notified when we drop new content, which is just about every day and sometimes on the weekends. Also, leave us a comment and share with your friends. Remember, sharing is caring. So let's get back to the charts, or let's get to the chart. Okay, so essentially what we're looking at, folks, we're looking at pre-market high up here at 513.84. This was a late pre-market. You know, up until then, I think it was about 513.86 up until the last couple of minutes. I'm looking at a pre-market low, 511.69, so just about $2. But if I look at it from other than these wicks over here, okay, so I've got these wicks down here right around 8 o'clock, so 8 o'clock for the next 4 or 5 minutes. It was an effective $1 range, and the volume in pre-market was super light. So I don't want to bias myself, folks, because I don't like to have a bias. But I'm thinking, okay, other than this dollar move down here, you know, I've got an effective $1 range, or a little over $1 in pre-market. That's really not a lot. And again, I don't like to bias myself, and I tend to do that if I see things like this. But again, we had this pre-market triple bottom on the 5 minutes. So right in here, folks, right in here, it just kind of bounced around for, again, 15 minutes. So again, you can see that 15-minute, that 5 minute triple bottom, and then we have this 15-minute pre-market support down in here. So our effective range, it keeps getting smaller and smaller and smaller. So we have a $2 range. You take out these wicks, and it's a $1 range. If you take out this between this 5 minute and 15 minute, essentially what you're looking at is 04 up to 84. So you're looking at an 80 cents range. And I'm thinking, you know, 80 cents, yeah, if that's a channel all day, you can trade an 80-cent channel all day if you know that channel is going to be there. But you can absolutely never count on any kind of channel like that being there. But let's get back to the chart and see what it happened. Okay, so we're looking at that first candle. So this first candle, right out of the gate, folks, I'm looking at volume. So I'm looking at almost 800,000 shares traded on that first candle. Now, again, that's a 1 minute candle, and it is Monday. So anything that happens over the weekend, there could be a pent-up something that happens over the weekend. So always look for that, for high volume, that first few minutes right out of the gate. So we kind of pushed. Well, you can see exactly what we did. We pushed up. I had a couple of things that I was looking at. I was looking at, now, number one, I was thinking puts at the beginning, and I thought, you know what? We've got a double cross to the downside, and we stopped right here on right on VWAP, but I did not trust this thing. No way. For some reason, I just didn't trust it, and I needed something. I would have taken puts here on this 932 candle. So a couple minutes after open, I would have taken puts here if we wouldn't have had this buying tail. So you see this tail. The tails tell a story. So you have tails on the bottom, wicks on top. You can call it wicks on bottom, wicks on top. It doesn't matter. I call them tails when they're on the bottom. That's a lot of buying pressure down here and a lot of selling pressure from the top wick. But we got past this wick, and I was looking at these levels right in here. So this 513.78 and this 513.84. Again, a pivot point right here, and the pre-market high right here. So I actually caught this. I don't do it very often, but I saw a little bit of volume pouring in. Because again, we didn't get a fresh cross. We had our fresh cross over here in pre-market, 917-ish. This candle right here, I said, you know what? It reached back to the upside. So I took it. I took a mid-candle play back to the upside. Now, my initial thought was, okay, let's see if we can push up to this 518 or 514.80. That would have given us a really nice play, about a $1 move right out of the gate. It just kind of bounced around here for a few minutes. You know, we recaptured this 9 just a little bit. I closed it out 55. So I think I was in this play, what, about 20 minutes, 18 or 20 minutes. It was decent. It wasn't anything too big. But again, we're trying to get to see if we could push back to the upside. It did not do it. Now, you watch the chart for the rest of the day. Look at this. That was, I mean, folks, this was the range. It went absolutely nowhere. It went nowhere. You know, it stayed above. And we were telling folks all day long, folks, and I don't say this very often. Every now and again, you get a chart that is not the best to trade. And I kind of feel like today was one of those times until we got to this point. So we're 2 hours into the day, almost 3 hours into the day right here. So we're 9:30 here. We're 12:21 here. So why did it get a little bit better at this time? Well, we came down here. We found some buyers, found a pocket of buyers down here at this pivot point, 513.78. Now, if you'll notice earlier, we didn't get down to that pivot point. We got down to the pre-market high and kind of tagged that just a little bit, but didn't get to that pivot point. Came down to that pivot point, wick down below. Now, did I get into these plays? No, but again, we had a really, really nice setup right here. Would have been a really, it would have been a high probability play back to the upside, even though it wasn't moving that much. There were absolutely plays here in the afternoon. So essentially what I missed is I missed this play right here. I missed the continuation play here. I missed this because, again, folks, I wasn't looking for anything. This is just one of those days where you look at it and go, you know what? I'm okay not putting on a trade. I'm okay. This is okay. Again, this is a this is a long play. So you get 1320 to the very top. You're going to trade for an hour for 38 up to, well, let's call it up here, for a little over $1, and then you got your pullbacks right in here. Probably did okay on these plays, but nothing great. And again, folks, I'm not trying to bias anybody, but I was looking at all my different time frames. I was looking at volume profiles to see areas of thin volume. This is all thin volume in here, folks. There was nothing to suggest, once we didn't push up, there's nothing to suggest that it's really going to make any kind of a big move at either to the upside or the downside. It's controlled buying. There's not a whole lot of opposition. They're just inchworming, these little pullbacks down to these areas. There were absolutely some plays in here. We did get this breach, this level that we were looking for, pivot point up here. Again, cross back to the downside. Would have been a good play. I was looking for this area, 515.14 for a pullback. But it's late in the day, and I said, you know what? Again, could have put on the trade, but I just wasn't feeling it today. Now, once we saw 1554, this candle in here, we really start throwing some volume behind this thing. I said, you know what the heck? I'll throw a little bit at it. Take it for a super, super, super quick scalp. I think I was in and out of this trade in less than a minute, which I don't do that very often. But again, there were some nice setups today, folks. If you go back to where we hit this pivot point at about 12:30. So about for the next, what do we got? 3.5 hours. So for the next 3.5 hours, folks, it was a nice chart. It was a decent chart, not a great chart. There were absolutely some moves, mostly to the upside, unless you're trying to catch a really, really quick play back to the downside. There were some plays, particularly again late and then or midday and then late. So we're 26 minutes until the end of the day. At this time, you could have taken any of these plays back to the upside. Again, double cross, beautiful setup back to the upside. Again, took a little scalp at the end of the day. Whoopie doo, big deal. Overall, it was a decent day. I mean, yeah, we made money today. Wish we would have had more opportunities. There were some opportunities that I didn't take advantage of. But I really didn't expect a whole lot out of today. There were no catalysts to speak of. Really wasn't a whole lot going on today, folks. But that's pretty much how we did it. Now, if you enjoy our videos, please go ahead and give us a like and a subscribe. Don't forget to turn on your notifications. That way you can be notified when we drop new content, which is just about every day. Sometimes on the weekend. And don't forget to leave us a comment. We always appreciate that. And share, folks. Share with your trading community. Share it far and wide. We always appreciate that. Now, if you're interested in live daily trading, so every single day from bell to bell, every single day, head on over to our live trading Discord. It's called Trading Decoded. The link for that is down below. We're going to give you that first week for free. So come check it out. We do this every single day, folks. We talk about these different setups all day long. So there's that. Now, if you're interested in the 920 crossover strategy, head on over to 920trading.com. The entire strategy is there. You don't need to spend thousands of dollars on some super secret strategy. That is not super, and it's not secret. There's nothing new out there, folks. Again, head on over to 920trading.com. It's not new, but it's all laid out for you in a very linear fashion from A to Z. So go over there and check it out. Also, we have a newsletter that comes out every Saturday, so sign up for that as well. But that's how we did it today. So I want to thank you all for spending just a little bit of your precious time with us. We appreciate you all very much. We hope you all did well today, but more than anything, we hope you followed your trading plan. So have a great day, everybody. And again, coming to you live from Tornado Alley. Have a great evening, and we'll see you in the markets.